What's up, everybody? Welcome to the No Nonsense live stream. Let's make sure we're going. And are we going? We are. Awesome. Okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome. This is my day 4 of being out of work and home. I'm home a lot, so it's not really that much different for me. But anyway, how are we all doing? Are we enjoying our time off, this wonderful vacation? Are you practicing your social distancing? Oh man, is that ridiculous? Oh, hold on a second. It's already a few days. The terminology that I'm supposed to be aware of just floors me. So anyway, who cares, right? Social distancing. What are you doing right now, Matt? I am you know, it's fine. Fine, we're going. So there's that, which, I'm still going out. I did what I normally would do. Every time I wake up in the morning or check the internet, there's always a new article going on right now. The person claimed they got it in Jersey, and it's like some picture, and some mom and 2 kids died allegedly, but it's an old lady. Like right now is a time to really discern the true from the false. So I'm just unplugging, and I'm trying to look around at what's going on in my neighborhood, where I go. How are people reacting when I'm out? The internet is not a real world, right? So what I've been doing is just sticking with what I normally would do. I go meet a group of people, even though we're not supposed to meet together. We still do. Ooh, I've gone a few ways about this. If it was like the scenario we're in just reminds me of a movie, like a couple different movies. The first being The Stand, or book, I should say, by Stephen King, which is where there's like a super flu, kills everybody, but it's way quicker. Like it's almost instantaneous. People are dying. Whereas this has been going on for weeks and weeks in America now. And if it was as crazy as they say it is, we would all be really sick and dying. So again, forgive me if I don't quite believe how exaggerated some things are. What is real is the shutdowns from work. I'm out of a job. A lot of people I know are out of a job for now. It's supposed to only last a couple weeks, but you never know, and that's okay. It's not the first time I've been laid off before, so whatever. But food, things like that, there are people that need stuff. Like for example, my grandfather is 90 years old, and I said this the other day. He had no problem going to church, and he was fine. But what is concerning is that the healthcare workers are limiting their visits to his house. But he's 90 and needs care, so there's that. That's a real thing. So that's a concern. This isn't just like some person woke up in a hospital and knew this is what they're telling you to do. It's like, I don't believe it anymore. Okay. It's like I've been lied to too much. There's too much weird, false, just nonsense. Okay. All I know is it's a cold. You might get it, and it's been around. Whatever. Fine. I agree with that. And I just use the same etiquette I've always used my whole life, that if I was sick, I try to stay away from people. Right now, not sick. And then people are like, well, it lays dormant. And I'm like, that isn't how things work. Lays dormant for 2 weeks. I'm like, dude, if you're attacked by some germs, they go to work right away. Okay. So remember, that's nonsense number one. I don't care what's getting pumped out there, who comes and starts what talking heads on a podium. That's okay. But you're not a medical professional, man. You're like, no, but I've been sick before, and I've been around sick people. I've had worse sicknesses than what's allegedly going around. But the death toll, I go, see, a lot of people are just looking at numbers and they're freaking the fuck out. They won't shake your hand. Like, you fear things, and we do this to ourselves. It's not the threat of this that's real. It's the fear of things. So we're literally just self-quarantine, social distancing. I saw it at stores. It's like, dude, I'm not buying the bullshit. I'm not buying the programming. Social distancing, as if we haven't done that enough already with technology and cell phones and apps and all this shit. No, no matter what you do in this world, there is no greater power than being with a group of people and connecting and communicating and having a good laugh and being honest and authentic with people. Nothing. Okay. No amount of internet, no amount of this stuff. Okay. None of it. So, no. And there's some people that are just on all different sides of this. I've gone through my emotions to the point where, on Facebook, I post something crazy the other day, and then all of a sudden I got friends who haven't really posted or even said hello to me years on Facebook decide they want to chime in. And it's like, and then I get sucked into that, with some stupid argument that I don't need to get into because it's pointless. And that's my fault. And I did that, but it's almost like, everything that's happening is out of my control. What is in my control is, am I checking on my family? Am I doing stuff with people I can help that are close to me, my neighbors? And I see a lot of people doing it, and God bless them, because that's great. We definitely needed more of that. I got my old boss just reached out to me a little bit ago and said, "Hey, how you doing?" He's like, "If you're out of work right now because of what's going on," he's like, "Hey, I could give you a job." It's like, look, so everything you need is always going to be there at some point. And I understand people freaking out because we attach ourselves to what? The material world, money, this and that. I'm talking to people, their stocks going up and down. They're losing 10 grand, 100 grand. It's like, yeah, money's not real. Remember that. But money is real, Matt. I'm like, no, it isn't. If you have all your money locked up in a computer and that shit goes down, you don't have any money, right? So it's not real. Real is baking a loaf of bread and taking it to your neighbor. Real is my boss reaching out to me, asking me if I need some help because I was a good worker. He knows I'm reliable. Like the things, the value you bring to the table is what's real. Not how much money's in your bank account or what your title is at your job. It's because what are you good at? Are you good at what value do you bring here to anything? That's what matters. And that's going to shine more now than ever. And I said this before when I did a stream last week. I go, this is a good thing. This is honestly, I see the positive in this. Again, since it's a new thing for everybody, because as far as we know, this has never happened before. And it's very fascinating to watch. We're all in the boat, guys. There's no, you can't decide to go. We're all in the boat. We can't be rocking it too much, right? Otherwise, we're all going to fall in. Again, so it's up to each individual now more than ever to take their part and to behave in a certain way. It's about attitude, which I posted something on Facebook about it because no matter how much practice you have being centered, non-emotional or reactionary, it doesn't matter. I fuck up. We all fuck up. I fucked up, when I let my friend just, a couple people pile on calling me an idiot and they're making an argument about something I didn't even say, but it is what it is. And I get it. And I have to remember that people are freaking out and going through their own fear and their own soul searching in a way. And I've done all this crap. I've done a lot of internal work. So I get it. And I'm still working on it. It's a daily thing. So I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. I went and hung out with my family yesterday. They're okay. Nobody's sick. Again, I challenge people, when somebody dies, let me know. And if it doesn't happen in the next week or two, it's probably not going to happen because it's no different than any other. And I'm sticking with what I'm saying here. It's just like any other cold flu, like proper etiquette, guys. Whenever I used to get sick and I worked in the food industry, it's like I used to always say, how many people worked before all this with just like a way worse sickness than they shouldn't have been there? We're like coughing on everything, just nose is running. Like that happens like more than what's going on now, which is ridiculous. But all of a sudden, when you think your life's threatened, we're like, well, we should pay attention. Like, this is stuff you should have been doing forever. But big businesses and things like that don't like you calling off work for the sniffles because, we got to be tough and go to work. But that's really kind of how don't spread your germs. But whatever. Now it's the complete pendulum swing the other way, where we got this ridiculous thing called social distancing, which is dumb. Okay, I'll shake your hand. Okay. Unless I have like leprosy, I'm not going to do it. Like, if I'm the sick one, of course I'm not going to jeopardize your life, but I'm not. And even if you were sick, I'll take my chances. Like, no. It's just a little overkill. And then there's the people really, like, if the people that are freaking out the most, you have to ask yourself, like, what is pain are you in that you haven't dealt with that's making you ridiculous right now? And this is where my compassion as a human being comes in, because I go, there's just something else there that you got to heal from. And I hope you heal from it, because this isn't the time to point fingers and do stupid shit. This is the time to look within for strength. And again, I've said it before, and I'm going to keep saying it. This is a test of strengths and weaknesses every single day, myself included. This is why, I did, get just being a couple of ridiculous posts online, and then all of a sudden people start piling on, like, oh, you lost, tell me I lost my mind. Maybe. Never had it much to begin with, so okay. But I'm not going to be honest about what's going on in my head just because you're scared. But I'm also not going to sit here and spread fear and freak you out. I'm just trying to get people to think a little outside of the box and to lessen some of that worry, right? So what did I do today? I got up like I always do, same time, about 7:30 in the morning, made myself some breakfast. I went to a meeting of friends. It was wonderful. It was good to see everybody. And went to the store. Store wasn't too bad. Eggs were replenished. I got some buns, made some burgers. There was some, it's okay. Not starving today. I'm not. Aren't you worried about work? I'm like, see, I was laid off 11 years ago, and I was drinking and like, just, no, I don't care. Like, I've been through this before, and I got through it then. I can get through it now. So I'm not worried. And I didn't even ask for any help, and help was just being thrown to me. Like, my old boss messaging me saying, hey, if you need a job, let me know. And I'm like, they put a relief fund into work. I just found out today, where it's like, you fill this out, they'll pay you a little bit. It's like, okay. So I went to the site, but it wasn't working. So I'm going to do that again. I'm taking the steps I need to do today without freaking out. I'm being calm and collected. Okay. And if you take the steps without having you lose your calmness and your mind, you'll be okay. Panic never is a good thing, ever. Not for anybody, man, woman, doesn't matter. My little 3-year-old nephew, I went and hung out with him yesterday, and he was just having a blast. He was joyful. We're laughing. Took a picture together. He's fine. That you have to remember, that if kids aren't worried, oh, because they don't, and then some asshole comes in, oh, it's because they don't know what's going on. I go, it's not about knowing. Okay, that's the thing, is not knowing is what's liberating for us grown adults. Not knowing is okay. Just go with it, flow with it. It'll be all right. So me and my little nephew, he's almost 3, we're laughing, having a good time, put him up on my shoulders, ran around the house. That's it. And it's like, in moments like that, I forget why I'm even arguing on a stupid board with people that don't even talk to me anyway. And I've accepted my resentment towards them and let it go. It's like, it's not even worth my time. But it is funny when, in times of when we're all in chaos, people are just, let's make fun of you. It's like, I think I'll be the bigger person and just say, do some internal searching with yourself. Because I'm going to be okay. I've got a lot of love. I'm willing to help people. It's going to be fine. And I don't know what's going to happen. This way, tomorrow, it's like, who cares? But I'll be honest, I can't watch the news right now and read articles because everything is just it's just an overload of nonsense to the point where people are just regurgitating the information and it's just you don't even know. And we all believe it to be true because we're the first ones to read it, and I get all that. So I'm just like, you know what? I'm not sick. My lady's not. Nobody I know is sick, so I'm good. I'm just gonna ride it out. And chances are, maybe you had it already anyway. If you were sick around Christmas time, did anybody even realize that back in December, uh, I knew everybody I knew was sick, and I thought I was going to have a repeat of last year, which I've talked about too. Which was I was so sick during Christmas last year for like 2.5 weeks. Fatigue. I had a fever going in and out. Just tired, like real fatigue. Just not tired, but just weak. I felt weak. Uh, couldn't eat much. I was hocking up just god awful amounts of disgusting, snotty looking. It was sitting like it, no matter how much I hocked, it was immense. It was disgusting. And I was like, what the fuck? I felt like I was going to die. I was like, man, this is it. I love everybody. But I got through with it. And I didn't take any fucking antibiotics or none of that shit. Just rode it out every day for a couple of weeks. And it sucked. It wasn't pleasant. But this time around during the holidays, when everybody was getting sick, everybody already got sick, guys. I was fine. It was okay. Nothing. I'm not going to be live in a world so scared for people to like shake hands. It's like, dude, we're cleanly enough. Okay. I think our hygiene's good. All right. We know. Don't sneeze on somebody. It's like, okay. It's just so stupid to me. And I would have been on board. Oh, I want to go outside. I'm perfectly. It's like the amount of fear being just thrown out there makes people do this to themselves, right? Where I get all like, I want to help people with some truthful things, and then people call me an idiot. It's like you're out of your mind, man. When you think for it, I am. I'm going off the rails, thinking this is going down. Now forced vaccinations are coming and all this weird shit. Again, this is my fear and rabbit hole being manifested to reality because I'm thinking like, oh, new world order shit. Well, this is what's really going on. And it's not true, or maybe it is, and there's still nothing I can do about it. So whatever. I can lose my serenity now and forget the things that are right in front of me, like family, friends, the people that are like, "Hey, Matt, thank you today for being where I was at." Nobody had to thank me. It's like the things I do today are because I want to do them. It's not because I'm forced to do them. And if you force me into doing anything, I'm just not going to do it. No. That's the real N word. No. And that's my whole point of these arguments. Isn't it about like, oh, you're stupid if you don't do that? I go, okay, no. Just because I think differently than you, it's not that I'm right or wrong. You can be right and wrong at the same time. That's a new concept that was being thrown at me last night. Right and wrong at the same time. Yeah. Just own up to it. It's fine. Again, like I said, at the end of the day, everybody I know is fine. They're sick. I'm checking up on people. People are checking up on me. This is great. Social distancing, bullshit. I think that's just some other more weird programming word that people want to throw out there. We're making fun of it already. I see it on the internet. People are making fun of it, which is great. You should mock it. It's stupid. People won't go see their elderly grandparents. Oh, well, but I'm like, my grandfather was 90, went to church. Do you really think he cares? Don't you think your elderly would rather see you? Do you think they really care if they get sick and die when they're 90? They don't. Ask any 90-year-old. I have. My other grandfather before he died, he was like, whatever. My grandfather now is just, he's not laying down like a little bitch. He's still being active and good. 90 years old. You can learn from that man. He's not scared. People are scared for him, which means the problem lies within those people. And I understand the argument of being considerate for other people. But if you're not sick, but again, what we're being told is it spreads. Yeah, I get it. It's just like any other thing, dude. So every cold and flu season from now, what are you going to do? Lock yourself in the house for 6 months, get a mask and wear it around like a dumbass? You're a douchebag if you do that. Mm, I've seen it. People with the gloves on. It's like, dude, you're not performing surgery and you're not handling my food. No, just I don't think people really understand diseases that are transmitted. Used to just, I watched movies and stuff and I got scared and thinking that that's going to happen. But then when you look into the reality of some things and how diseases spread via animals it's and like because you're covered in shit and you're not like, dude, we're pretty clean guys. Unless you're living in a house that's where you've got, all your animals in there and there's shit everywhere and you're just taking a bath in it. You don't have much to worry about. But the mind is very powerful. And if you get the sniffles, you're going to be like, oh my God, I have it. And I have convinced myself of having things. I'm sure we all have. Everybody's went on the internet at one point and typed in a symptom to WebMD, then freaked themselves out. They're like, oh my God, I have a cough. You know what that can mean? You could just have a cold. It can mean 1,000 different things. It doesn't mean, you know what? It means literally nothing because you're retarded and your fucking head is fucking with you. And I know because my head's fucked with me too. And I've done this. This is what I'm saying. Like, I call myself out on my own shit. Like, I get it. But it's like, I won't be feared into this stuff because number one, I've already accepted my own death. If I get it and die, then it's my time, guys. I don't care. I've lived an amazing life. I've experienced a lot of things. But I won't live in fear. Okay. I'm not going to live in a world where people are like, I can't. But and no, not everybody is. They want you to think people are being ridiculous. And I've seen it. I've been out in public. I've been going to a store, still going while they're open and getting a coffee or something. And everybody's just kind of like, I think there's some bullshit to this. I go, good. You should really keep that instinct alive. And the ones that are freaking out, figure out what's going on with you before we have and there was a lot of other theories. Like some people are like martial law, it's coming. And I do know what is real. When people panic, there is a shortage of things. Why? Because we go to the store, we just start thinking we're never going to get it. And there's still stuff. The store's stocked and it's just light on stuff because we're all retarded and we just grab way too much. Fearful, right? And then you go to the bank, you want to get cash out. People are being stupid. They're taking all the cash out. The teller's only got so much there. Banks aren't loaded with cash, guys. I've known people that are bankers, and there's not a lot of money in the bank itself. You would think there is, but this isn't 1908. Okay. This is the time of, they can get money there, but it takes some time sometimes. So there will be a shortage when there's a super high demand. So there's that. Okay. Again, what's going on in your world? I met a friend yesterday. We had a nice conversation for several hours about what's going on, things like that. Just how's your life going? He's expecting a baby. It's great. It's beautiful, and his life's going great. He's going to be a dad. It's wonderful. That he's more excited about that than this stuff. That shows you where the real men are at and where their heads are at, which is why I'm calling upon men to stand up here and do their job as men, not panic, not freak out. Don't need to call other people idiots just because we don't agree on something, but like also try to remain calm, right? I like talking to people, even if we disagree on something, but I like to see where they're coming from. I think it's a good thing because I've had a lot of information presented to me that's made me open my mind to possibilities because I've been lied to for decades about a lot of things. And when you get lied to about a lot of things, you have this inkling to question things that are being presented to you as true or false. This is why I can't stand articles online. Everything comes up. It's like there's an article yesterday. Within 10 minutes, there was one article, guy with a selfie picture with a mask on saying, I survived coronavirus. You know what age he was? 33. Then it talked about the fever he had, which is 99.9. That's numerology, folks. That's kind of like a spell. I know you might think that's crazy, but look into some other conspiracies. There's a lot of numbers going on. So that's bullshit. And then some other lady, I saw an article, a mom and two kids dies. And you just read that. So what does that do to your mind? It fucks with you immediately because it pulls on your empathy, emotional heartstrings. Okay. Then you click on the article and you realize It's an overweight older lady and older people, which the chances of them dying based on how they look may or may not have been caused by that. But you know what? To sell a lie, it has to be based in some truth. So you can't just sell a flat out lie. Somebody can't just die of natural causes and somebody, I mean, I guess you could just slap on there that they had the coronavirus. How would you know? Are you the one in there testing them? Of course you're not. You just read the article that's coming out so fast before there's even proper tests to be done. And you understand, folks, a little too much too quick too soon. And I think the goal might be, or this is just me manifesting my own fears again, that is to confuse you so goddamn much as to what's they're pushing right now, which I still think, and I'm gonna stick with this. And if I'm wrong, and as time goes on, I'll admit I'm wrong. I don't fucking care. Like I think mandatory vaccines for this thing and cashless society. That's my prediction. If I'm wrong, cash still exists. Nobody's got to get forced into anything. There's no martial law. Okay, I was wrong. Guess what happens in your life? Nothing. I'm still going to get up, go to work, do what I have to do, talk to the people I have to do, go to my family functions, be a nice little consumer like the rest of you. But I'm also going to brush up on my skills of, gardening, learning to hunt again, fishing, growing stuff. Because I'm on a homestead, folks. I suggest you do the same. Then you won't have to worry about where your food comes from because you grew it. Came out of your own backyard. And you can do it. The fear you have to get over is just doing it. And I'm biding my time and getting close to it. So I'm excited. But I try not to talk about anything till it's done because there's that too. You like to be a man of integrity. So I only talk about things I do. So, like again, went to the store, had a conversation with a friend yesterday, met people today. Everybody's fine. The only way I've realized people aren't fine is when they're social distancing and watching whatever fucking thing they're saying on the news or whatever article pops up. Just all nonsense. Oh, my third thing that might happen, the internet might go down. Might. Again, this might be Matt's fears manifesting itself. I'm just giving you a heads up. Don't be surprised if the internet goes down. And then what are you going to do? Then it's just you and your brain. And let me tell you, when you're alone with your own mind and you got nothing no one to talk to about that, that's why they put you in isolation in prison. That is one of the most torturous things you can do to a person is keep them alone with their thoughts. So know your neighbors, get to know them. And you know what? Again, I think it's the internet world is freaking out more than the actual world. Because I'm out in the actual world and everybody's got a smile on their face. They're being kind. They're being loving. I'm being kind. Everybody's pretty cool. You can hear the chitter chatter between everybody as you're walking by. Like, oh, they said that there's not going to be any store hours. And where am I going to get my pay? There's that going on because that's real. People's jobs are being affected. Mine was affected. As of Sunday, I've been out of work. Why aren't you scared, man? I'm like, everything's temporary, man. Don't attach yourself to money and stuff too much because when it can be just pulled out of you at any given second because it's a false sense of security, trust me, you don't want to be attached to it because it might destroy you. People kill themselves for less. But you go, you know what? This is a time to be strong, not weak, and get through it. And it's fine. I love people, man. I love my family, my friends, even the ones if they disagree and they want to make fun of me, great. Judge not, lest ye be judged. If you want to judge me, go ahead. I will judge you right back. We'll go tit for tat. But to be honest, I don't even want to do that because it's just a waste of my time and energy, and I don't care. Just keep doing things. Good things happen. People reach out to you that actually give a shit. And if you're a good person, like, dude, people just want to help you. There's no shortage of help. Like I said, I didn't even ask anybody for any help. And I'm getting messages. You need some help? Like, because people are genuinely concerned because of how you just are as a person. And that's what really matters, folks, your character, your integrity. not your likes, not your Facebook status or your job or your title. It's like, how are you as a person? That's something I've always said since I started these streams. Like, how is your character? Because your character is what demonstrates that to the rest of the world. And people really see that. And they either love you, they hate you, whatever. So you're like, what are you doing on this time? Well, I'm reading. I got this here. Yeah, it's upside down. Man's Search for Himself by Rollo May. This is a good book. I just finished The Divine Within by Aldous Huxley. I'm in the middle too of The Doors of Perception by Aldous Huxley. I've read Marcus Aurelius' his Meditations. That's what I'm doing. I'm getting my mind centered that's what you fucking do. Filling it with better things. I've been filling my mind with better things for quite some time. And this is why I can't stand, like, everything that I see is just constant nonsense. There's no way around it, so I just accept it, and that's okay. So I just unplug as much as I can. This is why it's up to me to fill my head with good stuff, fill my mind with good things, and help people. Just go talk to actual people, not via phone or anything like that. Because if that goes down, then you just have to rely on your neighbors and friends and family. You know, and it's like, now's not a time to be an asshole. And that's okay. You can if you want, but whatever. Just tell the truth, be honest. Life will be good. Everybody will recover. I think, in times of hardship, when you endure things, you honestly will become stronger as a person. You will become stronger. And it's everybody's on their own path, man, woman, they're all on that path, man. Men, we know. And then we do what we can. And this is I really think this is a good thing. I really believe it's a good thing. I think everything that's happening, I just take it a day at a time. I'll go whatever after today, wake up, go do something tomorrow. We'll see. Who cares? Stock market's going up and down. Like, dude, don't look at that as your life. Your life is now here with whoever is around you. That's really it. It's not on the internet, even though, oh, are you a hypocrite because you're sitting on the internet, Matt? Like, yeah, I know. Because this I do for me as well. I speak truth and honesty because this is what I need to do. Because if I didn't do this, I go insane. I can read and talk to people, but this is something I have to do for me. And I always have for the last 5 years. I've been doing stuff on the internet, YouTube, and video. I just have to do it. It's a tool for me. It's a tool. It's a tool that helps me stay level-headed. So that, other things too, being of service to people, helping where I can, giving, just building stuff, all kinds of shit. And if you're a dude, you get it. You want to provide, protect. That's what we do as men. Make sure my lady's okay. She's okay. We went to the store together, which is good. Not trying to be paranoid, but you never know. But again, that could be my fear manifesting itself to reality. I could be seeing that because I'm, looking around and see, that's not good. You just have to have some faith and trust things, and everything will be fine. Just go up to people, love them, and they'll probably love you right back. That's why, hanging out with my nephew yesterday is a reminder that he has to remember to have that child within, because the child within knows to love everybody. They're closer to God than you and I ever are, because they're not corrupted by stupid articles about, if you get within 7 feet of... It's nonsense. This is why I started the no nonsense live stream, because I'm done. I don't want any more fluff. I don't want any more shows. I don't want any more productions or no, just truth and honesty, please. I don't even care. And it seems like we're getting it. Have you noticed, like, all now with this whole self-quarantine nonsense, everything shut down, all the late night talk show guys are doing streams like this. It's like, oh, look what you're doing. Now you're not so funny when it's just you, are you? But that's a shout out to the Bears. So, but it is true. It's like when you take away the audience, the laughter, it's like it's just you. It's up to you. And individuals on this earth are more powerful than they understand. It's up to you. You're still like I saw people still even like, did you vote? It's like, dude, are you whatever? You know, it's like whatever your thing is, I guess. It's like they're not gonna save you. Okay, those people, whether it's a red, a blue, a Democrat, a Republican, uh, they're not gonna save you. Okay, it's up to you. It's always been up to you. Always. So you have to ask yourself, what hell or heaven do you want today? Choose it. And it's a daily thing. So, just like me the other day, getting swept up in this whole fucking thing. And there's no right or wrong way to really go about this stuff other than to not give into your emotions and freak out and get angry at people or frustrated because they're freaking out too. You know, that stirs up these things in me that I've been working on, anger, things like that, because somebody else is angry, then I respond to their anger. I have to try to be the better person and take be above it, which is a practice. It's not easy. It's not easy when somebody pretty much looks at you and calls you retarded when their argument is based on nothing. And your intellectual side is like, oh, God. But I was there too. I would have been right on board. I believed everything I ever heard. It's like, you do that. You believe everything you've ever heard in your life and live in that ignorance. It's okay. One way or another, things come out as true and then eventually it becomes acceptable when you want it to be accepted. That's why I did a stream on the modern lobotomy last month, because it's like that was considered a good treatment for people who were a little difficult to handle. And most people regretted doing it because they realized they stole their loved one's soul. So there's that. But you, and by you, I'm not talking to anybody specific, or kind of, but you do what you want. Just don't let anybody tell you you're an idiot because you don't think like them or agree like them, because they're not willing to hear anything because they have their mind dead set on a belief. And it's okay. You have to remember that their belief is what's going to take them out at some point in their life. May not be today, but it'll fuck them up later with that kind of prideful mentality. I'm not saying accept everything, because I don't believe in that either. If you don't have for me, I believe if you don't have a nice set of principles or morality, you're just kind of fucked. And you're going to be doomed you're just to depend on other things and people, places and stuff. And it's just gross. That's me, my opinion, which I've always had, which is I'm just a guy with an opinion. 2 slogans I've always adopted since day one for 5 years now is don't take yourself too seriously, and I'm just a guy with an opinion. I've said that consistently for half a decade. I'm very consistent with what I say. And I look for people, if I want to trust them or respect them, I look for consistency and honesty. Like, how consistent are you with your actions and words, and are you being honest? And if you're dishonest, that's great. You're not hanging out with me. It's my choice. But I've known people for a shorter amount of time than some people I've known for 30 years that I trust more. Just because they're lying a lot, and that's fine. I believe in atonement, man. You're going to atone for anything in this life if you truly want to. If not, that's okay. It goes the other way, and then you spiral and go freak out. I've learned to let go of the material and realize the life I always wanted was right in front of me. I've got a good family, good set of friends, a lot of people that love and care about me, and I love and care for them. So that's all you need. Everything else is just material wants and selfish desires. I've been letting go of delusion, anger, desire. Those are Buddhist teachings. But believe it or not, if you apply it to right now, it's true. And I'm a big, 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 big guy on truth. And where there is truth, I will repeat it and live it, because that's true. It is true. I was telling people today, I'm like, all these what if scenarios. What if you carry it to somebody? I go, I'm not dealing in what ifs anymore. I'm dealing in what is. Right now, grocery stores, little light. But everybody around this town, we got a lot of multiple sources, a lot of people to know, a lot of neighbors. It's okay. We're all helping each other. Okay. Not worried about finances. I'll be covered. It's like we're fine. That is what is. What if? But what if you come in contact? What if I don't know? What if are you not going to drive a car because you're scared of being in a car accident? Use your brain. Seriously. Stop being ridiculous. It's annoying. You do whatever you want. I'm not that person. But don't get mad at me because I think I'm not gonna be that I'm not gonna live that way in a box, a shell. If I want to live in solitary, I'll go be like, no, I won't, but I would say I would go commit like some felony and then get thrown in prison if I really wanted to be in a box. I don't want to do that either. But I'm saying like I'm not gonna do this to myself because that's what it is. You do it to yourself. You will literally put yourself in jail and prison in your head. That's worse than probably actually being in prison. Because I see people doing it all the time, especially now. It's okay. Wars going on goddamn social media. People were like, "Oh, somebody deleted me because they didn't like my post about." It's like, are you surprised? I got deleted. Someone deleted me. I was like, it's because I was like, no forced vaccines. People are like, vaccines work, and I'm like, I'm not talking about no vaccines, you dumb fuck. I'm talking about nothing in this world ever should be forced upon you. Nothing. That's against your will. Never, ever, ever let somebody hold you down and say you have to do this or else. That's not good. And I think we can agree on that. Now, if you look at it like that, you do whatever you want. Get 100 vaccines. I don't give a fuck. Just do it. But you chose to do that. Remember that. That's the difference. You chose to do that. It's my whole argument was if it ever becomes mandatory, dig a little deeper. That's not a good thing for everybody when something is imposed on you against your will. That's all. Who am I even arguing with right now? Myself again. I'm manifesting my fears. Do you guys like my funny video? I posted a funny video last week about the toilet paper shortage. I look like fucking Mark Twain. See, I'm having fun. You gotta remember to laugh. Don't take yourself too seriously. I understand the fear. Let's hope for this only lasts a couple weeks. If it goes over a couple weeks, God help us. I don't know what's going to happen after that because people will not tolerate being cooped up for too long. Next step, give money and you'll take it. Whatever. That's about it. Don't give up the last of your freedoms for any false securities after this whole thing's over. So whatever gets proposed after this, just be cautious, guys. Just because you're scared, don't make dumb decisions out of fear. That's why since the dawn of time, you've always heard remain calm. Why? Because if you're not, you're going to panic. Panic spreads quicker than fucking this coronavirus does. Oh, God. I had to clear my throat. Relax. And people are all like, oh, but there's 200,000 people. I'm like, they're just numbers, guys. I still don't know anybody who's died. Okay? Officially died from it. I've known a couple of people who died from addiction just recently in the last 6 months. In the last 2 years, three people. My mom had cancer. My uncle died of cancer 2 years ago. Yeah, that's real. Okay? That's actual people that I know. 5, 6, half a dozen people in just a couple of years that I know. You know 0 people who have died from coronavirus. Don't tell me just because you got the syphilis that was coronavirus. Unless that person dies, you lived in fear like a dumbass. But I understand that fear of your own mortality. Like, oh my God, I need to go get things and do stuff. I should have taken that trip to Europe before they shut it down. Like, it's always something selfish, self-centered, right? Something kind of loss that you might have. Look deeper within yourself, guys. This is to help calm you through this. I didn't have these skills 5, 10 years ago. I did not. I had to learn these skills as I got older. I had to learn them by constantly working on how I reacted to things, my behaviors, my letting go of desires, letting go of my attachment to people, places, and things, and materials and monies. It's a practice. It takes time, but it can be done. It starts with you, and it starts today. And it's one day at a time, always. So when tomorrow comes, who knows? The other day, I spiraled. I gave into some of my anger, and I was like, "You motherfucker!" And I did it. I'm very guilty of that. I'm sorry. All it does is hurt me, nobody else, because I'm the one who loses my peace of mind, and then I start taking it out on everything around me. It's not good. Do I know better? Yes. Am I going to kick myself in the ass for it forever? No, I'm over it already. I'm over it as quickly as it happened. But the point is to admit to yourself these behaviors and wrongs is how you grow and become stronger through it. It actually, the more self-aware you are, the less anxiety you have. The more ignorant and lies and bullshit and deceptions and things you have, the higher your anxiety, the less self-awareness you have. So you have to get more self-awareness to battle anxiety. Very true. How do you do that, Matt? Be honest with yourself, question your motives, be honest about your fears, why you're fearful, talk about it with somebody who understands. This is important. This helps. This is why I go meet people and talk with them, because we're honest all the time. And we don't sit there and call each other stupid for thinking or believing something else. We listen with respect. And if you're disturbed by somebody else, what they say, what's going on with you? That's what you need to figure out. The problem is with you when that happens. And that goes for me too. If I'm disturbed by something you say or do, I'm the problem. This is what I've learned. Something's wrong with me, and I have to figure out and get to the bottom of what that is. So, everybody, please, I know this is titled social distancing, but we need to not bring it to light. This is a time for social connection. Okay? Social strength. And I see it. I'm out in there. This stuff doesn't work. That's why we're mocking it already, making fun of it. I see memes. I see the people who get it. And then out in public, I see them who get it too, But when you think the internet is the world, that's the problem. It's not. This is nothing. If the power goes out, this is nothing. My whole archive of work doesn't exist. It's just it exists in the internet realm. In the real world, what exists is how I am as a person. How am I selfless? How am I caring? How am I loving? How am I helping other people out? That's it. That's real. My perception of how I'm perceived by other people, some people love me, some people think I'm a dick. I don't care. I don't care what other people think of me. I love some people. Some people probably think they're a dick. Whatever. Who cares? I think in our core, though, our souls, we always want to love each other. Be kind. You'll get so much more out of that than giving in to your fears and your angers and your selfish desires. This is the time to rise above it. It's up to people. You, myself, you. I'll keep on practicing it, and I'll keep on going. Don't take yourself too seriously. And I'm just a guy with an opinion. I'll see you later.